June 29th, 2019. So, the first round of Dem debates, featuring 423 candidates over 18 hours, at least it seemed that way, is over. Are we there yet? No? Well, I don't know about you, but my presidential bracket is a mess, and we're only through the first round. Hopefully, we can at least say goodbye to the 15 bottom feeders who are obviously in it only for the ego. First, let's bid adieu and tra-la-la to Marianne Williamson. I don't know if it was the crystals that told you to try your hand at politics or Oprah, but either way, you disgraced the stage. And the stage featured someone called Tulsi Gabbard. And while it may be that love trumps hate, that's hardly a political strategy. So go chase some unicorns in New Zealand, Marianne. Speaking of Tulsi Gabbard, let's not. In case you missed it, and I'm not sure how you could, the Hawaiian member of Congress is a military veteran. So what qualifies her to be president is that, and, well, that's about it. And while we're talking about members of Congress, Tim Ryan, come on down! And just keep going. I mean, yeah, Trump won Ohio and several other Midwestern states, but your charm, good looks, and I'm from Ohio, fuck you attitude aren't likely to get the Buckeye State back in the win column. Also representing, and apparently representing the congressional district immediately to the south of mine, was Eric Swalwell. Yeah, I think he's younger than Biden or something and carries a torch in the Olympic relay. Okay, be a nice young man and fetch your Uncle Joe a glass of water, would you? So that about does it for the lower house. Moving on to the Senate, we had Amy Klobuchar. Amy, in case you hadn't heard, is also from the Midwest. And that's all I got. Kirsten Gillibrand believes in abortion on demand and won't hesitate to tell Mitch McConnell so. So tell Mitch McConnell. I mean, we all have co-workers we can't stand, but he does work in the same building, so maybe stroll on down to that big corner office and clear the air. It'll be great. Really. Michael Bennet, we hardly knew you. And that's really a shame, because I liked you a lot as my senator when I lived in Breckenridge and Denver. But while Colorado may be colorful, you, sir, are not. Yeah, it was a close call, but I wanted to get down to the final five, so thanks for playing Cory Booker. I actually kind of like you and hate to see you go. You seem passionate, have a great head of hair, and even speak Spanish. Who knew? So maybe Veep? Yeah, I could go for that. And the final senator to get a handshake in the home version of our game is Bernie Sanders. Ah, Bernie, you had a good run in 2016. But face it, man, the game has passed you by. You still have the fire in your belly for free college and Medicare for all, but you also still have no idea how to pay for it. Tax increases, Bernie. Say the words. It won't kill you. To Governor Jay, the sky is falling Inslee, the answer, my friend, is not blowing in the wind. Sorry, dude, but you're a one-trick pony in Cirque du Soleil. All right, let's move on to the non-Marianne Williamson category of unemployed hopefuls. First up, the other former head of state is my ex-gov love, John Hickenlooper. Look, you were a good brewer of beer, a fine mayor, and even a great governor. And if you ran on a 2 for the price of 1 ticket with former governor of Ohio John Kasich, I might just give you a listen. Get back to me on that, would you? Bill de Blasio, you may not be unemployed, but I don't think the good citizens of Gotham think very highly of the job you're doing. And even if they did, I'm not sure the country could stand 2 blowhard New Yorkers going at it in 2020. John Delaney, you used to represent a mid-Atlantic district in Congress? Okay, whatever. And down the stretch they come, our last 2 clowndidates who should be relieved of the burden of further fundraising for their windmill tilt. Andrew Yang, here's $1,000. Now, just go away. And finally, to use a phrase I'm sure he'll understand, although would probably mispronounce, hasta la vista, Beto O'Rourke. Alas, you were briefly the darling of the Dems, but your performance Wednesday night showed why you lost to Ted Cruz. I mean, you looked lost. Well, that just about does it for the fateful 15. As I see it, there are 5 folks who actually have a snowball's chance on a melting glacier. Biden, Kamala, Castro, Warren, and Mayor Pete. I've already devoted 5 minutes each to 4 of these folks, so maybe I'll introduce my own self to Julian Castro next. Or maybe I'll just break down the strengths and weaknesses of the Fab Five. As the current commander-in-chief would say, we'll see what happens